Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen have reached that awkward phase in their 20s when older people gently ask whether they're planning on starting a family anytime soon. His father Rhaegar Targaryen gave his mother Lyanna Stark blue roses when they first met, and Lyanna dies clutching blue roses. The blue rose indicates Jon will be a part of Daenerys' life. Growing up, Jon was afflicted with the social stigma of being a bastard, and consigned to the cold fringes of Winterfell's society. Even if they wed, Jon and Daenerys' child will be a product of incest, which brings with it a stigma far greater than. If Jon and Daenerys do end up having a child, we doubt they, like Peeta and Katniss of the Hunger Games, will be able to leave their war-torn days behind them and live in pastoral domestic bliss. In the world of Game of Thrones, children are murdered. Think of Robert Baratheon's murdered bastards, Rhaegar Targaryen's 2 children with Elia Martell, and Marcella Baratheon on the boat to King's Landing. Just as Cersei's child with Jaime will be brought into a precarious position. We fear for the plight that Daenerys and Jon's child will inevitably face as the first Targaryen born in decades. Still, a Jon/Dany baby might just fulfill a whole different prophecy. He, not his parents, could be the prince that was promised. Especially after that boat ride, when they cross the official threshold into more than casual territory. If Jon and Daenerys were like me, they'd shake their head rapidly and manipulate the conversation toward the direction of Game of Thrones. But since Daenerys has aspirations of being a queen, she can't swat away questions of succession as easily as I can. The possibility of a Jon and Daenerys offspring has never been more immediate than now, after the long-awaited, almost cathartic Targaryen hookup at the end of Season 7 and the impending conclusion of their story in Season 8. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Will a Jon-Dany offspring ever sit on the Iron Throne? Unlike Dany, Jon Snow has no aspirations for the Iron Throne. Likely, the thought of children hadn't even occurred to him until Jorah Mormont brought it up during their trek north. When Jon tried to return Jorah's family greatsword, Jorah told him to keep it for himself, and for his kids to come. For the first time in his life, fathering children is a possibility for Jon. While living in Winterfell, Jon abstained from sex for fear of bringing another bastard in the world. Then, when Jon became brother in the Night's Watch, he took a vow of chastity and effectively ruled out having a family. Now, Jon's free to have kids, and has struck up a budding relationship with a beautiful, ambitious queen-to-be. Even if this queen-to-be has told him that kids are off the table for her, Jon isn't convinced. Now that Jon and Dany are together, it's possible that Daenerys could bear a child but only with Jon Snow. When Daenerys visits the House of the Undying in the original novels, she sees a blue rose growing in an ice wall. Blue roses are significant in Jon Snow's life story.
While the girl's own son had to stay at Castle Black. When Sam learned about the ruse and saw Gilly crying her eyes out, he couldn't believe that Jon Snow had such a heart of stone. Jon did what his father had done when he swapped Aegon with another baby before going to war.